Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Speaker Co-working. Today is Thursday, May 22nd, and I'm Angela Lewis, Head of Customer Success. That's new. Head of Customer Success here at SpeakerHub. On this call every day, we discuss what's happening in the speaking industry and help you all with the tools and tips to grow your business. So really excited today to share more about what we have coming up here at Speaker Hub. As always, we start with wins. So does anyone have wins they would like to share before we get into our topic for today?
So a win for
Yes.
me is not the same as what everyone else has been sharing, but a win for me is that I finally got my SpeakerHub Pro link. And as tired as I was from 2 days worth of training at work, I went home last night and sat through it, watched the videos, got some things set up, ran through the templates, invited a couple of people, got some free pitches. So I did go to bed last night feeling a lot better about SpeakerHub than I did on Monday night. So I'm excited to kind of get in and get some things started and, do the upgrade for the podcast and just kind of take the baby steps and not take on too much and be overwhelmed with trying to make sure I use something that I'm paying for when I'm not making the time to do it. So I'm excited about that. And I was actually on the phone this morning talking with a friend for about 40 minutes and just trying to share with her how this would benefit and so on and so forth. So
Thanks, Suzanne. Thank you. That doing the work, you're getting it started. So that's huge. I think someone else said they had some wins.
Yes,
Lawrence,
I
was
have
that
one.
you?
Yeah.
Okay.
My win was that, so I previously mentioned how there was a chapter of NAMI that was interested in having me speak there, but they had to pass it on to the final decision makers. Now I have another one in New York that also is passing it on to their decision makers. So if this goes to plan, I'm going to be speaking twice while I'm there. And hopefully they can line it up where the events will be one day after each other. So I don't have to travel all the way to New York, then back home, then all the way back to New York again.
Awesome. That would be great to hit both of them at the same time. So we're rooting for you. Anybody else? Anybody else have wins? Licia Davidson, is this your first time on the call? I think this is your first time.
No, actually, I've been on a call
No.
before. I'm just back just to
Sorry.
get some more information and make sure I'm using the services correctly. That's all.
Okay, well, welcome back.
Thank
Welcome
you.
back. Welcome back. You're welcome. All right, Ron, there's some things you wanted to share.
Cool. Yeah. So any questions about anything so far before I get into my topic for the day? Any questions on how we can help? Willie, looks like you prompted to say something.
Yeah, are you planning on this Super Pro thing for this week? Is that that's solid now, right? I got to notice something on that. Is that something you're going to talk about today?
Super Pro, what's that?
It's a Speaker Pro something that came out. I guess I got an email from you or something from me about a calendar for
Today?
Friday, but no, for this. I think it's this
Oh.
weekend.
The Summit, Pro Speaker Summit?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, that's in June. Yeah, that's in June.
It's in June.
So-
Oh,
Yeah, it's June the 6th through the 8th.
okay.
Yep. Yeah, that's in June the 6th through the 8th. So yeah, that's not ready yet. We still cooking. We still cooking it.
Okay.
We cooking it. And yeah, I just made a mistake on that this morning. I added a new speaker. It's just gonna be bad.
Okay.
But I promise you, I'm not adding nobody else. But I had to do this one. This one had to be done. It's my bad. Just hey, blame it on my heart, man. You find something you want to share with other folks. You be like, yo, I got something. I know who could use this. So just it's just another speaker. Like we're Speaker Hub. This is where they come. They all come to the hub trying to figure it out. So, why is that a big deal that I want speakers to speak? All right. So
Okay,
yeah,
great. We'll talk
I'm
about
sure
it.
Ange is probably not excited about that, but it is what it is. You know,
Okay. All right.
if y'all don't see me on these calls no more, I got fired. That's what happened. You know, they done fired me and attacked me. But yeah, so um, I want to share something with you guys that I think is really, really, really important. And I think we started to get all the way into it, but I think the value of what we do sometimes gets lost, right? And I like to talk about this because I think we all run into this. So in the business world, have you all ever heard of bundling and debundling of products? You ever heard of that before? So in every product that you see out there will be a debundling and a rebundling all the time. We see it. If you don't believe me, cable, right? What happened? ESPN came out with an app. Peacock came out with an app. Every channel debundled and started saying, you can get my stars. You can get the Stars app for $7. You can get ESPN for $12. You can get Peacock for $5. They debundled cable. Does that make sense? So you could get them all in these separate things. And then what did YouTube say? YouTube said, well, yeah, everybody came out with all of their apps. But we got to think how YouTube TV that takes all those apps and it's like cable in the app. It's like, right? So ESPN did their thing, Disney had their own app, all of them got their own apps. And then YouTube said, let's bundle them all together and give them to you and call it YouTube TV. Right? And what they realized, I remember when YouTube TV first came out, 2016, it was $39. Now it's $90 for the same thing. But that's what happens in business. We see a bundling and a debundling of things. You used to have to get your phone through one service, get your cable through another service, and your internet through another service. Now Comcast give you all three of them together at the same place. That's the bundling of things. Does that make sense? So when we think about business, there's some value in both sides. For those who don't need everything, it's okay I only watch sports, so I only want ESPN. I'm not going to pay $100 to watch BET or MTV or something if I'm not watching it. Just let me pay $12 to just see ESPN. Is that fair? But if I want all of them, I'm not going to go buy 15 apps. It may be cheaper for me to get YouTube TV that bundles all of them together. That's cheaper than me paying $10 for 14 apps. So when we think about our products and services, right, there's some value in bundling and debundling what we have. So if you just have, let's say Kevin has a book. That book may sell for $15 by itself. He may also have a course. That course may sell for $199 by itself. But he also may do some coaching. That coaching may sell for $500 a month by itself. But can Kevin bundle those up? Yeah. He can say, hey, if you get the course, I'll throw in a copy of the book as a bonus. If you get the coaching, I'll throw in a copy of the course and the book as a bonus. So now we got this supersize me at McDonald's. We get the fries, the drink, and the sandwich in a number 3. But if I bought the Big Mac, the drink, and the fries separately, it cost me $11. But if I buy it in a bundle, it's $8. Does that make sense? So we see this in all different areas of life, but we really don't usually apply it to our thing. So we try to just sell one at a time. But a lot of times, value, price, and cost always are three different things. The cost is what it cost you to make it. So if Kevin has already made a course 5 years ago, what does it cost for him to sell it to a new person? It's 100% profit now because he already built it. Right? So him tossing that in can raise the price of something. Even though the cost is already there, it can raise the price, which is what people pay for it. But it also raises the value of the other thing that he's trying to sell with it. Right? If you got a sandwich, usually you want them fries, right? And if you eat them salty fries, you're going to want a drink. So by putting them together, each one enhances the value of the next thing. But it also enhances the profitability of the bundle. Let me give you an example. What is the highest margin item on McDonald's menu?
For drinks. I would think drinks.
Right? I heard something else.
I would say nuggets.
Nuggets, highest margin. What's the most profitable thing that they got on their menu? So we got drinks, nuggets, and then I heard a conflicting thing.
Fries.
Somebody said fries.
The fries.
Fries,
Yeah.
fries,
Yeah.
right?
How about
So-
bread?
Bread. Okay. Well, I don't think McDonald's just sell the bread though. I can't just go to McDonald's and get a bun.
It's probably like their Big Mac or their quarter pound, something with the beef in it. I would assume.
Right.
I don't eat
The
that.
highest profit margin thing that they have is the Coca-Cola, the drinks. It's about, I don't know, 90% of what you pay it's like 95% of what you pay is just profit. So they sell you a drink for $1.99. It didn't even cost them 20 cents for the water and that little teaspoon of syrup that they put in it. Right. So that's why they have no problem with giving you a gallon of iced tea for 99 cents. Tea is cheap. You put a few bags in that thing, they fill it up with water, and they got a gallon of tea that they're going to sell a cup at a time. Right? But you see, the cost of it is low. But to a thirsty person, the value of it is incredible. So in our product mixes, we have to figure out what are the profitable things that because a lot of us say, well, I'm going to sell high ticket coaching. Okay, is that high value? Yeah, it's high value. The person loves it because they get to talk to Jadika. Does that make sense? It's high value, right? Is the price high? Yeah, the price is high too. You got to pay more to talk to a person. But what's the cost? The cost is high too because Jadika got a limited amount of time and she actually got to do the work, right? There's the old saying that says, I would rather make $1 on 100% of your time than make $100 on 100% of my time. Right? And when we think about the things in business, we're looking for leverage. Does that make sense? So we're looking for leverage to the point to where I can toss in a drink and double my profit margins. So the McDouble. You remember when McDonald's had the McDouble for 99 cents or $1.99 for a McDouble? Well, what do they know? What do they know? If you bought that McDouble, you was going to do what? You was going to get a fry and a drink because it was only $1. You just go ahead and add your fry and drink to it. So they were counting on getting you in the line on this cheap McDouble or this 2 for $2 McMuffin in the mornings. Because you're going to get the coffee. Ain't nowhere in the world that hash browns should be $1.75. I get a whole box of hash browns at Aldi for $1.75. And y'all selling me one half it ain't even a full square. It's a half of the hash. Look, Jadika know, right? It's a half a hash brown. They made it the same length, but a half of the width. It's $1.99. I'm like, when did hash browns become 2 for $5? Like, this is ridiculous. So it goes drinks, fries. Actually, it would be drinks, fries, ice cream. Right? That's their profit stack. Drinks, fries, ice cream, salads. Right? Lettuce is cheap. Lettuce is next to nothing. Very free, right? Milk, you just freezing milk. Potatoes, one potato. They just slice it up into little bitty things so they can't fit in there and show you how much it is. Fits irregularly. $3. I wanted to talk about that because we need to think about our product stacks. As we move towards more product, we got to think about, well, okay, yeah, this thing is $900 or whatever, $99, but it costs me nothing. Once I make it, my course is out there. Carters can just sell them. Does that make sense? So how many do you have? Anybody want to go through their profit stack? I'm going to show you like how we bundle and debundle things. And since we're software, it's, once you pay for the servers, it doesn't matter whether we have 1,000 people on it or 10,000. The cost, the base infrastructure is the same. Does that make sense? So it's the same thing with the course. Once you make your money back for whatever you associate your time with on putting that course together, after that, everything is just profit outside of whatever it costs for you to get that customer. So here's what I want to do. I want to show you what our bundling looks like. So have I showed you all this before? Have you seen this? I can't hear you, Ange.
I don't think you've shown this.
You shared
Okay.
it the other day.
Okay, so let's walk through it. If you wanted to build SpeakerHub on your own, you would have to go to Speaker Batch, and it's going to be anywhere from $30 to $80. You go to eSpeakers, it's going to be $85. If you wanted to get on podcasts, you got to go buy the podcast software. If you want conference leads, you can go to Charlie J, My Speaker Leads, eWomen's Network. There's a gang of them out there. You want association leads, you go to Speakertunity. You need a CRM to put all that data in that you just bought from those other 3 companies. It's another $99 over at SpeakerFlow. You need ChatGPT to write the emails. So you got to pay for that. Now you got to sell the course someplace. You got to go get Udemy or Teachable or whatever school, whatever you're going to put your product in. Then you need a coach to tell you about all the stuff. They ain't going to meet with you once a day. They're going to meet with you once a month with a group, and you ain't going to be able to ask them no questions. Unless you upgrade to the 8 Comma Club or whatever they call it nowadays. Right? And if you want to do the PR to get article writing and just the data, not the coaching on how to get placed, as we do over at PR Pitches, that's another $360 a month. And then if you want to use Talkadot, that's another $49 to get what we call Speaker QR. So in order to build SpeakerHub or all the functionality of SpeakerHub all together, it costs you over $1,000 a month, right? I don't know any of these things that work well by themselves. If I use the QR code, I got to have a speaking gig. So I can't use the QR code without a speaking gig. You can't give me a rating on a speech I don't have. So now I got to go get some conference leads from Charlie Jane or whatever. I go get those conference leads. Guess what? I got to be able to send them out. So I got to go get SpeakerFlow and their Zoho system in order to send them out. But I don't know what to say. So I got to use ChatGPT. So I'm at the place, I got leads, but my calendar's booked. People signed up. They want something. They want to buy a course from me. Damn, I need Teachable. I don't know how to build none of this stuff. And they don't do a daily call like Ron. So I got to go buy some other course. Is this making sense, guys? We can start at any of them. I got a profile. Cool. You got a profile in a directory that don't have no traffic. A lot of these directories, ain't nobody visiting them daggone directories. You in there. But do you see how your bundle should solve the next problem? If Kevin is selling me a recipe or a cookbook on appetizers, right? What I'm gonna need after I make this delicious appetizer? No, I'm gonna need a meal. I need the main dish. So if he sells me a cookbook on how to make great appetizers, wouldn't it be great if he said, hey, you can get the appetizer book and the main dish book and a dessert book, right? Let's see how they do it. Watch this. Let me show you that I'm not crazy. I come over here and I look up Hermosi book, right? We can just pick any of them just for poops and giggles. And then we come down and then what do they say? Customers also bought these other things. They're selling me something else. And sometimes they'll bundle them together and tell you to buy both of his books. Hold on. Let me see if they done that here on here. But I've seen where you buy one thing. Let me show you. Watch this. Microphone. Audio Technica. The heck?
And the
Audio.
discount they give you is not very much at all for buying the extra book or products.
Exactly. Right. So let's say I bought these headphones, right? Look what they bundled in there. They gave me a wire and a bag and all this other stuff, right? But watch when I come down. Customers also bought, you need the spit screen. This that thing that what's his name had on Hustle and Flow when he was making that album in the closet. You know it's hard out here for a pimp. See how they say add both of them? Look at that. Carters know that song. Carters know that. You see how it says add both to your cart? What are they doing? They're bundling. Right? That's a bundle. We see it all the time. We just don't pay attention to it. What I want to do is to show you the techniques that work. So the things that you build should solve the next problem. Does that make sense? The things that you build should solve the next problem. Right? So that's what we're attempting to do at SpeakerHub. We're trying to help you to solve the next problem. So, all right, I need some speaking gigs. Cool. We give you some leads. Well, I need to know what to say. Cool, we give you ChatGPT. I got the gig, but man, everybody loved it. Well, do you have testimonials? Nope. You got Speaker QR now. I got to follow up with those testimonials. Cool. Send her the email inside of Speaker QR. Right? But what do I say to them? Send them to your course. Well, I don't have a course. It ain't. Yeah, we got you. Right? So I'm going to put something in the link. I'm going to show you something. This is the first time this has been seen. Let me.
TEDx coach. So I was able to land a TEDx speech and do that recently. So I'm here to find out more about the program and see how I can collaborate and continue to learn and grow.
Incredible is that, dude. Welcome aboard. What's your topic?
My topic is, I guess, resilience. That's the biggest key. Talk about different stories. I am a published author also, talk about my autobiography, some of my struggles and stuff like that. But resilience is the main point that I can customize based on whatever the organization's needs are.
Oh, it's incredible. Well, welcome aboard. Welcome to SpeakerHub. This is where we help speakers to get on more stages, but also to make more money from the stages that they're on, whether it's a free stage, a paid stage. We want to help you to get paid more. So we do this call every day at 12 Eastern up until 1 p.m. We usually go a little bit over. We call it overtime, but it's all about answering your questions. You don't have to be a SpeakerHub customer for us to help. Our mission is to get more speakers on more stages. We need more positive messages because I don't want my 3-year-old daughter twerking, right? This is all selfish. This is keep my daughter off the pole time. That's all this is. That's the whole mission behind SpeakerHub. Get some more positive influences in her life and everybody else's life. Don't act like guys on here know what I'm talking about. Curtis, you got a daughter. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So
My worst fear. That's
You're
why my hair's
building,
on
you're
back right
building a
here.
legacy. That's what we're all doing. We're building a legacy.
Yeah, that's
And
the right way to say it. I need you to coach me on this because I be saying I don't use the pretty words. I can't take that to TEDx. You know, the top my title, my TEDx talk. Keep my daughter off the pole.
we can make that work. We can actually
5
make
ways to keep my daughter off the pole. Right? That is. There we.
Definitely an attention grabber for sure.
We got to do it at Buckhead in Atlanta, right? Everybody go to attend it. All right, let me quit being silly. But no, welcome, Jamil. We'd love to help you, man. Do you offer any products or services?
Right now, the book is the one product. I have it in the paperback format, ebook, and I just finished editing the audiobook. I just need to have that, posted as well. So those are the three, one book, 3 formats for right now.
No, that's incredible. Hey, man, that's 3 more than the person who's still thinking about it, right? Always remember that today is the worst you're going to be. So what we were just showing everyone is our new speaker page. And the speaker page is, now I could have did this before, but I didn't want to. I wanted y'all to see it on your phones, right? So the speaker page is our new store, our e-commerce store for speakers, where based on your speaker profile, your one sheet with SpeakerHub, you will be able to sell your courses, you'll be able to sell your books, be able to show people your testimonials of what people, how many, speaking gigs you've done, how many countries, what's your satisfactory rating, blah, blah, blah. All of that'll be on your profile, right? But they'll be able to do all of this right from show your signature talks so they can click on it and watch a video of you or whatever. All of that is going to be built right in. But why? Because 69% of speakers 89% of speakers have a product or service that they're trying to sell. We also asked a question, if you had, let me ask this. I'm going to ask it to this group because I don't think you all were a part of the survey we did. If you had another business that was doing $500,000 a year in profits, would you still be a speaker? If you would still be a speaker, would you still be a speaker, or would you focus on that business? Right? If you would still be a speaker, put a 1 in the chat. If you would focus on the other business, put a 2. And then I'll tell you what the results that we found from that. So we got 2 people that said 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Yes, I would. Okay, cool. All right. So here's the second part of that question. You had a business that was doing $10 million in profits. Would you still be speaking and when I say speaking, meaning doing business the same way you're doing it right now in your speaking business? Not going around talking about how great your $10 million business is going. But would you still be doing the speaking business the same way you're doing it now? Or would you focus on that bigger business? Love that business. I wouldn't stop. Cool. Right. So if you want to put a 1 or a 2, understanding a bit more context, that would be cool. Now, what we found is that the majority of people said, no, I would just do that business. Right. Which is not a problem. Right. I don't think that that's an issue at all. A lot of people say, no, I would focus on that business because that's driving revenue. I'm speaking now because that's my primary business. So I sell my products and services from this business because these are the products and services I know how to manufacture, which is courses, books, things of that sort. But if I had another business doing $2 million, I'm going to be over there because I ain't doing $2 million with this. So it started to ask us the question of what is the real dream? Is the speaking a bus stop on the way to the bigger dream? Am I using speaking to build my consulting business? Am I using speaking because I want to build a coaching business? Am I using speaking because I want to build my law firm? I want to build my accounting firm. You see what I mean? Is it a method, like a means to an end, or is it the final destination? We're willing to help both groups. Even if this is all you want to do, we got the tools to help you. If you want to use it as a means to an end, we got the tools to help you, right? For me, speaking is a means to an end. I use speaking as a way to build SpeakerHub. If I didn't have to speak, I wouldn't. But right now, this is what I got to do to build SpeakerHub. When we're able to do it even more, I'm not going to be speaking.
Mhm.
I'm just telling you, I'm going to be running the business. Got it? Any other thoughts? Any other questions? This is pretty much the lesson for the day. I wanted to talk about bundling your products and understanding the value of having leverage and high margin products, coupling those with the low margin ones so that you could raise the value. Like you lose money on the McDouble, but you make money on the fries and the drink. Make sense? Any other questions about packaging or product? Let me give you a great example. Watch this. Hoover. Y'all know what Hoover, what is Hoover? What business is Hoover in?
Vacuum cleaners.
Right? Right? So let's talk about that. All right. Y'all remember growing up? And y'all used to see these. Y'all remember these? Hoover used to be in the vacuum bag business. They sell you the vacuum for cheap because they knew you had to keep buying their bags that didn't fit. And then they would change them and discontinue the bags. And then now you got to buy a new daggone vacuum because you got the letter B one, but now all they sell is R's. And then you're like, oh, y'all are some dirty scoundrels. So on the front, it looked like they were in the vacuum business, but all their money came from selling these little garbage bags for $13. It's like, dude, this is a 30-cent bag, but they selling it to me for $13. Right? But then Dyson came in and Dyson had the first what? Bagless vacuum, right? So now look at all of Hoover's vacuums. They say, well, shoot, we just gonna get rid of the bags because ain't nobody buying, everybody buying Dysons because they ain't got to buy no bags. So they went to canisters. Right? So an innovator can come in and change how the market works. Does that make sense? You know,
Kind of feels like
these
what you're doing with speaking. You're kind of changing the narrative. You're changing the market a little bit.
you
The way you
daggone
have
right.
us looking at it
Oh,
to sell
100%. Yeah, we
products.
change it. We trying to kill speaker culture. I ain't ashamed of it. We want to give a better option. They've robbed too many people and didn't help them get no gigs. So cool. Y'all want to send people over here? Cool. I got you. It's just it. AI should be doing the coaching. It's objective. Right? No, that's not bad. Can AI replace what Suzanne does with speaking live and in person? No, that's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about the idiots that are selling the courses, selling the dream on one side, and the person never gets on stage, but they got $10,000 worth of debt. That's not what Suzanne is doing. That's a different world. You see the difference, right? So that's my enemy, right? But then there's another folks. Y'all heard of these folks here? What business are they in?
Cartridges.
Printers and
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they selling these daggone cartridges. These cartridges cost a lot.
Yeah.
$100 for one of these for them big laser printers. Right? A lot of them, they give you the printer for free. $100 for the printer, and then an ounce of ink costs $25 that lasts for 100 pages. Right? So on the front, what we want to show is, hey, what's something that we can give you that you're like, oh man, this big laser printer, this is such a great deal. But all of the profits made on the backside. Man, this vacuum cleaner is important. Cool, but now I got you for bags forever. Show you one of Jadika's enemies. Chris Rock made a great joke about it. Ain't no money in the cure. The money is in making it painless for you to live with it. Ain't nothing been cured since polio. Ain't nobody cured nothing. They teach you how to live with it though. Because they want you on that drip payment every month to keep getting paid for the pills. The money is in the recurring pills. It's not in the cure. Does that make sense? Right? So, you know, that's kind of how, when you think of product. Now, that can be done in a good way and in an evil way. I'm not saying that those things are evil. I'm saying that the medicine thing is kind of devious, right? Instead of trying to help someone save their life, you just want them to be a drug addict. I think that that's negative. But in other ways, the printer thing, I'm cool with that. Because I don't want to pay $20,000 for a printer. I'd rather give y'all a couple $100 and then $30 every 2 months for the cartridges. Rob me on the backside on that. Right? Or at McDonald's, I'm going to give you that $1 for that Coke. I'm just the Coke drink. We give you the $1 for the Coke drink at McDonald's. Living in Colombia, people be like, he said Coca-Cola. I'm going to buy the Coca-Cola to go with my Chick-fil-A sandwich. I don't care if it is 99% margin. Give me one. Give me one of them lemonades with the Splendor. Make sense? So that's bundling. Any other questions about that? We got 30 seconds before we get in overtime. Ange, what's in the chat outside of ones and twos? See you later, Willie.
Yep.
He already gone. Cool.
Nothing. Ones, twos,
yeah.
thank yous.
So
No question. There aren't any question.
Let me wrap this up. Let me wrap it up. Let me put a bow on it. All right? Let me put a bow on it. Let me go to SpeakerHub.com. If they selling just the fries, it's high profit up front, right? But over the long run, you're going to be hungry again, right? You're going to be hungry down the road. On the other side, if they just sell the drink, if they just sell the hamburger for a low price, they losing money. But they rather sell you the hamburger for a low price because if you get the cheap McDouble, what you going to add? The fries and the drink on the back side. You see that? But you can do both of them.
No, that's wrong. You said both of them. Not
yeah,
both
you can
of
do
them.
that too. Both of them. I forgot. I got a debt to pay to Suzanne for confusing her. I owe her 30 minutes of her life back. But yeah, you can do both of them, right? So when you think of your speaking services, when you get a gig, how are you packaging your stuff? Are you packaging more of it together? Do you have a bundle of how you gonna get paid? I may show up for free and give them a McDouble speech. A lot of meat, a lot of substance. But I know I'm gonna sell me some books and some courses on the back side, so I'm willing to lose money on the front to get the money on the back. Does that make sense? But sometimes the people in the room may not be the audience that's gonna buy. If I'm going to speak at a corporation, they're not gonna let me sell. So I gotta sell them the Ruth's Chris steak up front. But even Ruth Chris do it. I think $17 for a plate of asparagus is a crime. Yeah, I know what I'm talking. You're like, wait a minute.
They want you to pay for the atmosphere and the service.
Bruh.
That's the bundle.
Yeah, I get it. I'm selling ego. You know, we going to Cheesecake Factory. Ain't that what, You know, that's like the enemy restaurant nowadays. But any other questions? Hopefully this was helpful. Jamil, if you have any other questions, feel free to stay on. I can answer whatever questions you have about SpeakerHub and how we can help you. But any other questions about bundling and how it ties into your speaking and your other products? You need high value, high margin, but you can have high value, high cost, low margin products too. They work together if you put them right. You can sell the vacuum cleaner machine. Watch this. Janika, you got a vacuum?
Yes.
When you buy it?
What'd you say? When did I buy it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, many months ago, many years ago.
Yeah. You see that? That's the reason why I asked. My mama got the same vacuum she had when I was 3.
Right.
You don't buy no new vacuum. That you just replace the belt. Right? You comb out the lint out of the brushes, but you ain't buying a new vacuum. Does that make sense?
True.
So
True.
certain things, but they got her on that bag thing. She got to keep buying bags. Right? Keurig. Them things. Y'all know Nespressos. Y'all seen them? Y'all know these machines? They used to call them Keurigs or whatever. I think they out of business now. They call them Espressos now, right? This thing right here. I got one right. I got this exact thing right here next to my desk, right? The problem ain't the thing. The problem is the daggone cups. You got to buy them daggone refills because you can't put your own, these knuckleheads, you know, like the Keurig, you can use them in anything. What old Nestle did, or Nespresso, Nescafe, they put a QR code on the top that the machine got to read or it won't turn the machine on. So you can't go get the refillable ones you can do on your own. I said, you knuckleheads. So now you only can use theirs. And they $2 a piece. I'm like, I can just go to Starbucks. But okay, but you see how they get you on the backside. And yeah, at my house, I drink the cheap coffee. They don't know I brought this in my office because I'm like, wait a minute, these things cost $2 a pop. Y'all don't even want to use the instant coffee that I drink. Y'all using my $2 coffees. Let me put this in my office.
And another thing they did, Ron, is what we're all attempting to do is you have to speak to a pain point. You speak to the customer's pain point, and in your situation, it's the pain point of the desire for coffee and the convenience of having it where and when you want it. So you reason with that and say, hey, you know what? At least I don't have to go stand in line. I'll pay the $2 to have it here in my office.
Exactly. Look, let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Y'all thought I was, see, let me tell you how slick they are though. They came up with their own code. If y'all ever see these, y'all ain't even noticed that was a code. That's a barcode around the outside, and it got a thing when it spins, it reads the barcode. That's what that is on the outside. Y'all never even noticed that. Yeah. The machine don't turn on, you don't got that code on the outside. This little black and white thing. You notice they different on all of them. They said, oh, y'all want to get the refillable ones off of Amazon? Hope you got a barcode printer at your house.
That's the exact reason why I am all for Android and against iPhones, because iPhones are too exclusive. They want to keep the customer. I like Android because I can go to all kinds of Android options. But that's just me. I ain't knocking you iPhone
this is
people,
coffee, man.
y'all love y'all's iPhones, and that's good because my rich daughter loves it too, but she's rich. So that's good. Good for y'all.
I'm poor, man. I got it's hard over here for a pimp, you know? See how I brought that back to Cardis's reference.
My name is Bennett. I ain't in it. Like,
go back to watch the beginning of the video, and Cardis was dancing to that song. But yeah, I just wanted to show you models of where you can lose money on front and make it on the back end by bundling other products and services to it. That's the gist of the talk today. Any other questions before we call it quits? Hopefully you all have a
Ron,
great Memorial Day. Go ahead.
Ron, I have a suggestion. I am a big advocate of going back and looking at, the videos that you do of these calls. And I have a suggestion. Can we make sure the dates are put on there when the video, on some of the videos it has the dates and others it don't? Say like if it's today's date, May 22nd. So if it's something specifically I wanted to look at, I can go straight to that date.
Okay. I think, let's see.
You
That's
know
how
what,
I look 'em
Jadika?
up
Thank
too,
you for
by
mentioning
date.
that. We have the dates on the thumbnail, but you're right that the date is not listed in the description.
Right.
That
So
would
on
be
the, you
real
see on the
helpful.
photo there, Jadika? Let me zoom in on all the
And then
photos. The
it's
dates are on the photos. You see that? May 15th, May 13th,
Where's that?
right here in the, when I put my
but as
mouse
soon as
over
you
it, it messed it up. 1 second.
mm,
Look at Jadika right there. We got her. Oh, that's a review. That ain't the one I want. I want the daily co-workings. All right. So, well, you can't see it,
yeah, it's hard to see.
but if you go to the page, it's right above the title. Hold on, let me
Oh,
zoom in.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, you
All
gotta
right,
zoom in.
1 second. Hold on. I don't know if this is working. You see it now?
Yes, I see it there. Mm-hmm.
That's on everyone.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's where it is. Okay.
Yep. Got it? Cool.
I got it. Thank you.
But
Mm-hmm.
no, that's a great suggestion. But I think we probably could benefit from putting it in the title also. But
Or
I don't
even
know why
just
Raymar
making
does
it,
it that way.
or even just making it a little bigger. Cause people like me, I'm blind as a bat. And I don't see that. And I'm like, where's the one I'm looking for?
Thank
Yeah,
Takes
you,
me a
so
while.
there's,
Kevin. Kevin, thank you.
oh yeah, no, I mean,
We got old eyes. These things are
what,
super thick. I can see
look,
right through my computer with these.
I took off my glasses the other day outside and almost set my yard on fire. So I don't want to hear it. All right. These microscopes I got.
That's what I mean. So maybe there's a suggestion. I agree with Jadika. Make that date a little bigger so we could zoom. I would love to zoom through because I save all the chats and I have the dates in the chats, and I would love to match that with the video.
Yeah,
So
we'll
and it
work on
gives
it.
me a better view of what's going on.
We'll figure it out. We got you. I hear you. We listening. We be listening. Any other questions before we head into the weekend? We got tomorrow. Actually, hopefully we can do it tomorrow. We're going to be flying tomorrow to Cartagena. So Ange is over there, like literally 2 feet away from me in a different room. Oh, she may come
Yeah,
in.
I'm gonna come in. Hold on.
Right. So Ange arrived here in Medellin yesterday, and we're meeting with.
Oh, it's locked.
Oh, the door is locked. One moment. Let me go open the door.
And I thought she was in St. Louis or something.
Oh, well, I heard no sounds. Come on. Someone's eat. Is it open?
Yeah. So Ange is here. She arrived yesterday. So she's here with Amaya. I don't know if y'all can see her. So Ange's a real person. She's not AI.
Yeah.
Well, she has her headphones in. You gotta take them out.
Oh, good point. Hold on. Sorry, my bad. Un momento.
She got her headphones in, so it's doubling.
Oh, that's the echo.
And so where are you located, Ron?
Right. Okay, can you hear her now? Okay, so
Ron,
everybody already seen you today.
so y'all in Medellin, Colombia, right?
Yeah, so we have a meeting with 4 other employees tomorrow in Cartagena. So it's the first time some of our employees from Argentina Argentina and Venezuela have been, first time of us meeting them. So we get to go and hang out with them tomorrow. So, but hopefully we're scheduled to land at 10. Hopefully we'll be at, I don't know where she's staying, but hopefully I'll be at my Airbnb by that time so that we can still do the call. That's the
What
goal. If
about
not, Maria or somebody will run the call for us, or
on
Raymar.
what,
and then-
Monday? Are you talking about from Monday to holiday?
Tomorrow's Friday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was just asking in advance from Monday to holiday. Are you going to be broadcasting?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna still be here Monday. I'll still be here.
Okay. Okay.
It's not a holiday in Columbia, so I'll still be here. Right. If nobody shows up, then we'll end early. But if somebody shows up, we'll be here. Any other questions? What are you looking for? I missed part. Getting out of the car. I don't know. I don't know what that's about.
She's talking about when we were looking for the
the dates.
dates. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Any other questions or comments? This has been fun. Jamil, if you want to stay on, if you got any other questions, I'm cool with that about SpeakerHub. I'll answer them for you. But everybody else, I'll catch you all tomorrow.